Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm Lisa Davis, Litecoin Lisa, and I'm the birthday girl. So sorry I'm running just a couple minutes late. We've been running all over town, taking care of kiddos, dropping them off. My son's going to be in a Christmas play. So we're here. We made it. Thank you for being patient. Love to all of you in the chat. And thank you to everybody that took some time out today and sent me a special message, either through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, text me, whatever, said a prayer for me or sent me some positive energy. It meant a lot to me. And I'm really grateful to all of you guys. So we'll be right back with Johnny Litecoin and some more great stuff that's happening with Litecoin. Hi, Johnny. Thanks so much for joining me today on my birthday, my official birthday. I know I keep saying it's my birthday. It's my birthday.
Having a birthday week, all right?
It's been my birthday week, yeah, for sure. But today's my official birthday. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, happy birthday. And it was awesome seeing you and everybody last weekend. What a
we had a great weekend.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And thank you. You were so generous. Like Public was saying, like you kept, whether it was buying people drinks, helping people out, figuring out how to get to the place, you coordinated the whole event for us, made sure everybody was taken care of, that we all had Wi-Fi, everything we needed. And then after the event, the class, then you took us and some of our closest friends out to dinner on top of that. And we had the most amazing Italian food in a strip mall, Jersey style.
You got to do it in a strip mall if you're in Jersey.
It was awesome. They started playing this happy birthday music. Okay, Johnny doesn't even move. He's telling a story. He's Johnny Litecoin. He's talking like this. And all of a sudden they like lower the lights and this loud music comes on and we're all looking at each other like this. Johnny's still talking like nothing's happening. I'm like, what is going on? I guess that's like a normal occurrence in Jersey, that when it's somebody's birthday, they like, I don't know what was going on in the room next door. But
yeah. That's normal at a restaurant. You know, other people start singing.
Oh my gosh, it was insane. So it was
There's
quite
a lot
quite
of fun. One thing I got to say with Jersey, right? There's a lot of local restaurants, even though a lot of them are in strip malls, right?
Yeah.
But there's chain restaurants. Obviously, you can find chain restaurants anywhere, but Jersey's got way more local spots. So you've had more fun at local spots. Like you could do things at a local place you can't do at like an Applebee's or something.
Well, and we love that. That's that whole bet on Main Street. That's what America is. That's supporting your neighborhood and your neighbors. And I mean, that's where we get rid of this cabal. When we start loving on our neighbors and building up local businesses. So I loved every bit of it. I was so grateful to see so many of the fam. And I mean, Zog drove in with his family. Miss Teen Crypto came in with her family. We had, just amazing fun time.
I mean, we had people from Cape May. People came up from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I had some patron members, Alicia and Marcia, and several people come in. Quite a drive. So it was really just.
Yeah, I mean, the one, I think his name was Clay, came up from Cape May is a hike. I mean, even though it's in Jersey, Cape May you could actually take a ferry from Cape May to Delaware. It's called the Cape May Lewis Ferry. It's on the southern tip of Jersey, and that's a good 3-hour hike to where we were at.
Is that the Litecoin Lord guy? Or is that somebody else? That young kid?
He was young. He kind of had like the longer hair in the back. He was kind of like tall and in good shape, blonde kid.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't realize he traveled that far. Wow.
That was a good 3-hour hike. I know. Chuck
Blind Dave came. You know, he's driving from New Orleans or driving.
Oh my God! What if you guys aren't following him? What an amazing man, Blind Dave! What a story! Mm-hmm. What an amazing guy! What an inspiration! I don't want to tell his story because I'll let him tell it to you guys. Maybe we could have him on one time.
We need to. Yeah.
Let's have him on. What a story when somebody tells you. Okay. Oh. So, I mean,
he's getting his marching orders.
Tell me what's up. But no, just someone that took the world by the you-know-what, and and the world says, no, you can't. He said, yes, I can. And,
and he's trying to help others now that he's figured out a way to help himself. He's trying to help others. And that is so admirable. I love it.
That's a patriot. People's, what does it mean to be a patriot? What does it means? You're helping others. You're just doing right by others, by your fellow man. You know what I mean? You're putting out that good karmic energy. You know what I mean? That's a good patriot. You know what I mean? That's what it takes.
Yeah. I think we're going to have more and more of that. I'm really excited. So next month we'll have Friendsgiving in Peoria. You guys can find information at clintwestwood.net. It's going to be easy to get to. There's an airport right there, and there's a lot of little places to stay around there. I'm going to start a Telegram group. I'm going to start it just for Patreon first, just to make sure that I can get some of our core people in there first, and then make them moderators so that it's safe. So that it's safe to open up to the rest of the community, just with so much scamming going on. So I'm going to do that first for patrons or Patreon members, and then I'll open it up to the rest of the community. But I want it to be where if people wanted to, hey, what hotel is everybody staying at? Or so that we can kind of have that
great idea. Place where we get some camaraderie. We know who's coming in. Hey, we're staying at this hotel, that hotel.
Yeah. Hey, let's Uber together or whatever.
Or hey, I can't make it to that one, but I'm going to make it to the next one, kind of thing. And you know what I mean? Just so it's kind of it's a great idea. I've been to conferences where they'd have a Telegram group, and it would be just even during the thing, even maybe at night, sometimes people say, hey, where's everyone going? They can message them. Because a lot of people, we always think everyone's on Twitter. And I met people that weren't on Twitter, and they're not on Twitter at all, really. So it's cool to see, guys, there is life outside of Twitter. It's not just Twitter.
Believe it or not. Yes. Yeah. My husband's kicked off Twitter. One of my best friends, Public, is not on Twitter. I will tell you, breaking news right now, Mr. T, the big guy, announced or actually Junior announced Mr. T's social media last night. And you can sign up for the beta of it. Mom can put the link in the chat because she'll know, and I don't have it right with me. But I signed up for the beta of that. And then this morning, Mom went to try to call me and wish me happy birthday. Well, so what she usually has to do is get my phone number up on her phone, and then she has to go to Papa's phone to try to call me because she can't call me on my phone because we're intercepted. Anyway, blocked from communicating. And so she went to pull up my phone number, and I don't know if she accidentally hit it or something happened, but she was able to call me this morning from her phone. And so then she's like, oh, happy birthday. And Papa's in the background, happy birthday, so sweet. And then she's like, okay, now go try to call Public. And I was able to call Public. And that's the first time in, I don't know how long, at least, I want to say 6 months, probably since January. Well, no more than that, 10 months since probably the whole January-ness that I haven't been able to call either him or Mom, or she hasn't been able to call me and I can't call him.
So that's the first time you have been able to call each other.
So I don't know if this is because of or after the Facebook outage. And that all really was what some people are thinking it might have been a positive thing. I don't know. Very strange.
Very strange.
Things are changing, and I hope it's.
Do you think Mr. T's new social media is going to be blockchain based? It should be, so it's censorship resistant. I'm wondering how they're going to get.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I also need some help from the community, Johnny. I think I had told you about this while we were there. I've been asked, the same group that asked me to speak on the 4th of July at South Dakota, asked me to participate in this Light the Lantern. And we are going to be doing a Liberty Lantern Relay. And it starts October 24th. And everybody has a piece all over the country. And they're working on the layout of where and whatever. But you can go to red, white, in, the letter N, bluetour.com to get more information. And I will find out what my leg is. I think we are not allowed to disclose it until like they tell us. They're trying to keep us safe and keep out, any interference from it. But what I brought to the table was, so what they're doing is, as they're passing this, they're also passing a document and a chain of custody with that document, and it's going to be entered in the Library of Congress. And it's kind of a second Declaration of Independence. And I was saying, oh my gosh, we need to put this on the blockchain, but I literally don't know how to technically, physically do this. So if there is someone that can walk me through this, do this for me, do this with me, be my partner in this, I would really appreciate you reaching out to me to do this.
Maybe this could be a pack thing, I would think, because isn't that
cool
solve?
Because we could make it like an NFT, and would everybody be able to sign it that way at each location with a signature or with a transaction?
I don't know. That's getting out.
I'll talk to Jason and Michael and everybody at PAC.
Jason, this seems like it's right up his. He could probably mastermind something that would be like amazing for this. That like he's so smart, Jason. He can always like figure out like what, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out like, how are we going to do this? But it needs to be on blockchain. It needs to be, forever written in history, because it's just really cool opportunity for the people to be represented and to speak out and say enough. Anyway, I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
Nice. That's exciting. Very nice.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, you definitely want to get that on the blockchain somehow, some way. Maybe multiple blockchains.
Yeah, why not? Why does it have to be one? Exactly. Okay, I'll contact Jason. Yeah, they were there actually.
Maybe it'd be something cool where like everybody that helped out, you could like create a token on Omni Light, and everybody that helped out can like maybe get like a token on that somehow or something of that nature, just to like, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, again,
I just don't know the technical way to do it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I know that blockchain is the way, but somebody help me write the code and figure this out, how to do this.
Well, it's good. You got to remember, blockchain's good. Like I was at a baseball card store today, and I actually asked them about NFTs, and they said, NFTs, it's, they'd rather have the real thing, right? They said in their mind, it was stupid, but they said they liked the technology behind it. They said there was definitely something to it. They just thought it was overvalued, and obviously compared to the regular cards, right? So I told them, I said, I bet you in the future, when cards are authenticated, each card is going to come with an NFT.
With an NFT. That's the part that is the NFT, is the authentication.
In my mind, is you have the physical item and your title is the NFT. And that to me is the value, rather than you have a JPEG that's worth millions of dollars. In my mind, it's more about, hey, I have a physical item. Maybe it's physical gold. Maybe in the future, physical gold and silver is able to be verified through NFTs on the blockchain. And maybe that brings more transparency to that market. Because that's always something that freaks people out. Like, how do you test silver or gold? What do you do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, the weighing it, the testing it. In fact, Satoshi Shawn he's bought some copper coins and bars for the show to give away, which is so generous. And he was having them shipped here. So I've been like watching, and I have my doorbell thing and my security all set. And so I've been watching for that delivery. And I thought about that same thing. Like, well, how will people know this is copper? And how will people in the future, like if we were to get to a point where we were trading, or because, you know, the little yellow pen with the $100 bills or whatever, which I don't think that's even realistic.
No,
I was texting my husband because he's gotten into these DC. I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen these DC NFTs. They're 3D. And
I haven't seen them, but I'm sure somebody in the chat has.
They're crazy looking.
Miss Teen Crypto, our NFT expert.
Yeah, Miss Teen Crypto has probably seen them, but some of them are dropping. Oh, he's sending me screenshots, but it's not the same as you seeing it. I wanted him to come like hold his phone up and go like this. You know how, remember when you could take a picture, I think it was on Facebook, and then you could it would say, make it 3D or whatever. And you could like turn it around and make the picture. Anyway, these, like, you can spin the NFT. You can see the whole
image. Spins
yeah, in 3D.
Yeah. No, I've seen those. That's those are cool.
So I think even something like that has more appeal to people than maybe a let me see if I can open this.
Digital things have value, though. Like I was talking to people that, you know, my nephew bought a NFT, and now it's his like avatar on Twitter or whatever, right? And
well, think about it. Kids have been doing that for a long time with video games, with skins on their guns and their avatars
he's like telling me, he's like, yeah, Uncle John, like he's like, you know, it's original, it's mine, this and that, you know. And I'm like, that's cool. I can vibe with that. I feel like I'm kind of in like both worlds. I'm in like the old world I grew up in, which was like you didn't see a computer, you know, and you know, ever, and you know, there was no cell phones, nothing. And then, but I'm into this new world too. So it's like, I just love where, you know, I was even saying it last night on the Twitter Spaces, how like everything's going to merge together. It's going to be a combination. It's not, we always think in such absolute terms. And that's
a great point. One thing does not negate the other, because really the whole point of NFT, I guess, is not digitizing it. It's authenticating it. And that's where like it doesn't get rid of paper cards or physical items. It's just that it is a definite authentication of that item. You're going to have, that is the only Mona Lisa. You know what I mean? Where even those kind of things have been ripped off.
And there's a lot of value in that. And then also too, I think younger people a lot of times see the value more in the digital thing over the physical item. So in some cases, they'll say, well, we don't want the physical item. We just want the digital thing. And then they could have their digital thing where they have the ownership of it. And then some of us might say, well, like in the baseball card example, give me the actual card. I'd rather have that card, but I want the NFT connected to it that authenticates it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want just the NFT version of the card. I want the stinking card too. You know what I mean? So it's that's where I see it going, and I see it's everything's going to mesh together. Even what I was saying last night on the Twitter Spaces about
big shout out to Mega Chunky Buns. If you aren't following him on Twitter, please do. Yeah. He's a big part of the Litecoin fam and an advocate for the space and the community. And he was like really being active and bold. He's put up a MySpace chat room, and then he reached out to a bunch of us and was like,
Twitter
Spaces. But it says MySpace
Lisa,
on
that was before Litecoin was created, MySpace.
Okay, because he wrote join. He goes join MySpace, and I was like, MySpace.
Oh, maybe it is called MySpace. You know what? Maybe Twitter Spaces, when you create one, maybe it's called MySpace, or for some reason.
I don't know. I'm 49. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep.
I don't know either. I'm trying to. I think though that's what makes us good at helping people. And again, I want to get this message out there to everybody. Everybody out there can help everybody with crypto. And you might think, oh no, I have to be an expert, this and that. Mm-hmm. You're better at helping people the less of an expert you are, because you're thinking more like regular people think. And that's always why I said, I just think like your average Joe when it comes to computers and tech. So my brain's not looking at it like a coder, like a developer. I'm looking at it like, whoa, what do I do? Kind of thing. Like, where's the button? Like, I'm really like looking at it like but I have to learn it step by step. Now, when I learn stuff, I fly through it, right? So I get quick, but it takes me like a while to like piece by piece. So a lot of times I feel like a lot of the stuff's easy. Like for me, like DeFi is like easy to like, it's easy to yield farm and wrap a token, but it was super hard to learn. But now that I learned it, I could help everybody. And it's like, yeah, I'll help you. It's easy because I know it piece by piece by piece. And I feel like no one out there really like will help you step by step by step, because they're like, oh yeah, just do this and this and this. And it's like, well, I don't know how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, it seems really overwhelming. Even when somebody sends me instructions, I'm like, what does that even mean? Can you please? And that's why we want to do the classes. And, I think that's why, the classes are so important. I'm going to scroll this along the bottom. You guys can find out information. Like I said, we'll be in Peoria next month. We're going to be in St. Pete's, Florida, which is outside of Tampa, in December. And then we're starting to look at next year. We're going to take January off and do planning, and we're working on our partnerships. If you know a business or group that's interested in partnering with us, we're looking for sponsorships to keep this thing going and on the road. We're going to do one a month. We're trying to spread it out all over the country. And we're looking for also boots on the ground partnerships. So if you are in an area and you're like, you know what, I'll be that partnership for you. It's not a financial commitment necessarily, but we're asking you to like dig in, find the location, work with, like Johnny put all that work into, working with the restaurant, helping them learn how to set up a wallet, talk to them, get them crypto friendly, then helping us make sure we had good Wi-Fi space for the class, make sure everybody felt welcome there, and also helping to promote the class and the event there in the community. So whether that's, I can create flyers and stuff, we can talk to your local news stations or promote things that way, whatever that is. So we're looking for those kind of partnerships for next year as well. So you guys can connect with us through Westwood's website if you are looking to be a partnership that way as well.
It's a big help for them because they're traveling all over the country. So if there's boots on the ground that, just like Lisa said, just can help be the liaison in that area, it's a huge help just because it takes stress off of them for having to travel into the area and, do everything they do to get there. So it's like Lisa said, it doesn't have to be a financial commitment. It's just a little bit of time and You might.
Well, and it's a way, like if you know a restaurant,
it's a great way to bring them business.
Yeah, we'll bring them business.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome thing. And the other thing is too, I was thinking about it. I got to get back to Doghouse. I want to give every one of their employees some Litecoin, just a little amount. But you know what? I want the whole place to be excited about Litecoin because I want to go back there next year and the year after. And that way, when Litecoin's cranking in price, they're like, oh my, they're excited too with us. And they're going to be so proud of this event that it's at their restaurant. Think about what we're teaching people right now. The regular society tells you like, oh, learn about your 401ks, your IRAs, your retirement plans.
Well, don't really learn about it. Trust someone else.
Don't learn about it. Trust these financial advisors about it. And that's kind of like, we're trying to, you guys, not me, because was the liaison in this area. Hopefully I can get to a few other ones you guys do. But you guys are like teaching people how to fish so they can eat for life. I mean, this is such a great thing that you guys are doing. And the thing is too, local businesses, this is value. So, hey, we're going to teach your employees about crypto. This is a financial education. So it's a real like bonus for the place that has this. Your employees are learning something. They're going to get ahead of the curve. They're going to meet people in the industry, in the crypto world they can count on. The restaurant's going to get more business.
It also brings business in. Yeah, it brings business in that is then willing to pay in Litecoin or cryptocurrency where they're not having to pay fees to credit card processing. So, hey, wouldn't you want to bring a bunch of people that want to pay in crypto, know that my business takes crypto, and then get those people coming back in the area? Charlie just got home, so I wanted him to show this.
Yeah. Let's
Can
see.
You show them those, how it 360s the...
What's up, Charlie?
Brother, how you doing?
How you doing, man?
So these are three-dimensional NFTs that are purchased on the VV app.
Okay.
And the VV app is based upon the Ecomi or the OMI blockchain.
Okay.
So you can purchase gems from Android or iTunes to buy the NFTs or to bid on them. There's marketplaces, but it's all based upon the Ecomi blockchain. So it's really cool. But so check this one out. This is the Harlequin black, white, and red edition.
Yeah, I just wanted you guys to see the graphics on this. Can you? Oh, is it? Yeah, it's scrolling.
That's sick. Yeah.
So it rolls around, and then he can even make it like go up, down, like
so
make it do that like top version thing. How it like.
You can make it bigger, smaller. You can rotate it.
Yeah. Look at that. Wow, that's nice.
Anyway, I just thought that was wild where they're taking this kind of stuff.
Now, there's a lot of value in just that, having something like that as like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See you, Charlie.
And these are my Change Angel gifts from Change Angel. I got a Litecoin light and a Change Angel light.
What was that? Oh, awesome. Yeah. Change Angel too. Awesome. They're awesome they donated Litecoin and
for all of our classes.
What great people they are, and what a great service they have. I mean, they have an awesome swap service. If you, like I always say, if you guys are making money on an altcoin or something, awesome, home run. I would take the profits into Bitcoin or Litecoin. I wouldn't be taking the profits into fiat. You know what I mean?
No way.
Or vice versa. Say Bitcoin really pumped up and you want to lock in some gains. You say, I know it's going to fall in price, but I don't want to go back into the banking system, but I'd like to hold dollars. You can swap for dollar coin or DAI, which is a decentralized stable coin, Tether, and you can do this through Change Angel very easy. So Change Angel, awesome service that they're doing. They're always donating. They donate to the Litecoin Foundation. They're donating to your event. They're a sponsor. So
they're one of our sponsors, and we give at every class. We donate Litecoin that was donated by where we give Litecoin so that people learn how to. So they're giving or they're receiving and sending Litecoin that was given by Change Angel, one of our sponsors. They're at the class. So it's really cool.
And show how easy it is to use their service. Show how easy it is to like line up a swap. Like
oh gosh, yeah, I'm not signed in.
We'll just go to you. So you're not signed in, but you know, all you do is really go to the site, line up what coin you want. So like Lisa, go to say you want to trade Bitcoin into Litecoin right now. So then go down and click on
Bitcoin, and then I could click on Litecoin, which would be a very smart thing to do right now.
Right now, if you wanted to exchange 0.1 Bitcoin, you'd get 31.24 Litecoins. Oh my God, holy Litecoin heaven. I might just go do this later. But again, what an easy, a point of this, it's a swap service. So you're not keeping your crypto on an exchange. When you hit that exchange button there, it's gonna ask you to plug in your receive address where you want to receive the Litecoin. So then you'll go to your Exodus wallet, your Lite wallet, or any Litecoin wallet that you have control of, and you'll paste the address in there, right? That's where you want to receive your Litecoin. And then the next step will create a Bitcoin address and QR code, and it'll say, please send 0.10 Bitcoin to the following address. And then you'll send your Bitcoin over there. You'll do a transaction. Change Angel will process this transaction and send you out your Litecoin. So it's perfect. It's a perfect type of service for people that say, hey, I don't want to keep my money on exchanges. I don't want to go through the trouble of doing all this DeFi stuff with wrapping and MetaMask and all this baloney. I just want something simple and basic that works. This is it. So this is a great service, much needed. And I love it because you're swapping crypto to crypto. For me, that's the way to do it. And I always said, you don't go back onto the Titanic, people.
That's right.
By getting into cryptos and gold, silver, anything, you're getting off the Titanic. You're getting into the lifeboat. So those people that were in the lifeboats didn't look back at the Titanic as it was capsizing and seizing and, sinking and saying, gee, we'd really love to get back on there. It'd be nice to just walk around there for a few more minutes, see what's going on. No, you stay in your lifeboat. So, but using that example, say you're in the lifeboat out there, you got off the Titanic, and now another lifeboat comes by that you think that you like better. It might have heat on that lifeboat and hot food. Maybe they're cooking burgers on there, and you say, shoot, I want to get on that lifeboat. So then you swap yourself into that lifeboat. That's kind of like this service. You're just swapping different lifeboats.
Maybe diversifying your family, putting in different lifeboats, putting your luggage in different lifeboats.
The way to make money. I don't think anybody is going to make money in crypto in the long run trading. That's a crypto trader that trades into US dollar. They're going to get burned in the end because the hyperinflation is going to eat them alive. Because they're going to get out of their positions, and what's going to happen? We'll enter into a hyperinflation. They'll be stuck with their dirty fiat, and they'll never be able to buy back in. And that's what'll happen. They'll be stuck holding the bag. Is what's going to happen. But as long as you stay in cryptos, you're good. So the idea, the people that will become rich, massively rich, are the people that are going to time the cycles as best as they can. So in other words, let me give you guys a good example of how you could start out with, you take $10,000 right now in Litecoin, right? Okay. So you buy $10,000 worth of Litecoin, and that would give you roughly, let's say 50 Litecoins, right? Say Litecoins at $200.
200, yeah.
Okay. So that gives you 50.
Nice round number.
Okay. So how much Bitcoin would that give you right now? I'll do the math, Lisa, for everybody.
Yeah,
just
don't make me do math.
Let's say it gives you like 0.1 0.16 Bitcoin or something like that, right?
Okay.
0.15 Bitcoin around there. I'm not doing pretty close, right? All right. So instead of that, you take the 50 Litecoins, right? All right. So now Litecoin goes to where it's 100 to 1 with Bitcoin. So you say where at that point in time, 1 Bitcoin equals 100 Litecoins. You say, you know what? I want to really get me some Bitcoin. I'm going to take my 50 Litecoins now and swap them into Bitcoin, right? So you do. Okay. And now at that point in time, you're going to get, instead of right now, if you took your money and you got 0.16 Bitcoin, you would then have half a Bitcoin, right? Okay. So now for your $10,000, you've got your hands on half a Bitcoin. Okay. So now, okay, say Litecoin even keeps going more and Litecoin goes to 50 to 1 or 40 to 1 or whatever. Okay, whatever. You didn't want to time the exact top. You just said, hey, I did great because I tripled my money relative to Bitcoin, right?
Right.
Now you wait for it to go back the other way, right? Now, say it goes back the other way and going to the next Bitcoin halving. After the next Litecoin halving, say Litecoin pumps, but then Bitcoin halving comes and Bitcoin gets strong again compared to everything else. Now, say we come back down, which has happened several times. We come back down to this level we're at right now. Now you take your half a Bitcoin. You're at a 300 to 1 ratio.
Yeah, 300 to 1. It's
and
incredible.
You swap it back into Bitcoin. Okay. So now you take half a Bitcoin and you swap it back into Litecoin at a 300 to 1 ratio. Well, now if you had half a Bitcoin, right? If you had half a Bitcoin and did that swap, you'd have 150 Litecoins, right?
And so that's without spending any money. But you are accumulating more coins by doing that.
Accumulating more wealth without putting in any
fiat strategy.
And then, okay, now you take your 150 Litecoins and you do it one more time. You wait till it goes back the other direction, till it goes back to your 100 to 1 area, and you swap back. Now at that point in time, you got 1.5 Bitcoins for an initial investment of $10,000. You didn't put in 1 more cent in dirty fiat. And you didn't wait for the exact top or bottom in either area. You just kind of hit it in one direction and the other. And you just did a safe swing. You never went back into your bank account. You always held the private key. You were always in possession of those coins. Maybe you borrowed against it during that process. And you were borrowing against it if you needed to, right? And so that's
one of the things you can do with Change Angel. There's lots of other coins you can swap with. We're really grateful for their sponsorship and support. And Johnny, you've been talking about that ratio. I mean, since I first met you, that was one of the first things you told me about and taught me about in crypto was that to keep an eye on that Bitcoin Litecoin ratio because it is such a strong pairing. They've been around. It's very, those are two like blue chip kind of coins or cryptos that you can count on. They're not going away. So
it's a good gauge too for what to buy more of, kind of like the gold silver ratio, or which one you want to settle into. So, if Litecoin moves really strong compared to Bitcoin, you'd say, hey, you know what? I want to be converting some of my Litecoin now into Bitcoin to lock in some of that store of value, right? And if I have any dirty fiat I want to buy with, well, now's the point in time you'd be, or not now, but if that was the case where Litecoin went really strong again versus Bitcoin, you'd say, well, now I'm buying Bitcoin instead, right? So right now with Litecoin being weak relative to Bitcoin, you'd be saying, well, it's better off to buy Litecoin right now because you're buying a currency that isn't pumped up in value. You always, and any altcoin, I feel like in any way, shape, or form, not so much Litecoin, but almost any other altcoin, some of them you may be such a big believer in, that's awesome. But if it pumps up so much relative to Bitcoin, you're probably smart to swap into Bitcoin and lock in some value, because what's going to happen is one of two things, right? Your altcoin most likely is going to cool off and it'll lose value against Bitcoin for the next few months or 6 months or year or whatever, right? Because everything works through a cycle. Say the altcoin keeps pumping, right? Well, it's only going to keep pumping if Bitcoin's also pumping. So it's not like you sold into dollars and you got out of the market. You swapped into something else that's still pumping. So then at some point, it'll unpump, because everything has a way.
Right.
You can check these ratios. Everything has a way of working its way out. Everything cycles. Just look at the Bitcoin to Litecoin ratio. If you look it up right now, it's at such a low point. It retraces off of this and it reverses back in the other direction. And then it happens around these halvings too a lot, right? So then leading into the next Litecoin halving, we'll get strong, right? And then after that is the Bitcoin halving. Probably get weak again relative to Bitcoin, right? Point is, we're going up in US dollar value. That's the point. That's always the point of this whole thing.
And the US dollar is destroying itself. And so that's an exponential thing that's happening in this situation.
Like, a lot of people are mad about our bum that Litecoin hasn't really ran yet and it hasn't pumped up yet. But you're okay. Look at it this way. We never say buy only Litecoin or put all your eggs in the Litecoin basket. We always say get some Bitcoin too and hold some Bitcoin, right?
Right.
But if you were buying Litecoin a year ago, it was $50. Now it's $200. And so if you would have held fiat, you would have lost relative to Litecoin. Your purchasing power would have went down 400%.
Right.
I'd say that's pretty good for just a super safe thing that you could have went in with great liquidity. And it's not even pumped up yet. Like, it hasn't done nothing. So it's So
I know my daughter is a little bit of a Litecoin maximalist herself. I got to have lunch with her today, and she was really excited looking at her wallet and talking about Litecoin. And her boyfriend, was talking with my husband about some other projects and coins, and really interested in some of that. And she's like, you know what, she's always been the steady road girl, you know what I mean? And she is just really happy with but she's been accumulating Litecoin since it was $24.
What's not to be happy?
She's pretty happy with all that.
Accumulated Litecoin over the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Price has been as low as in the $25 range. So you could have accumulated it down there. It's pumped up to as much as $400. So if your thing was making fiat, there's an awful lot of profits you could have made.
Yeah, you've had some opportunity to take profits.
Had some opportunity. Sure. It's a great coin to use for DeFi. There's so much you could have done with it. So what's not to like about it? A lot of people are mad because they've bought a top and they haven't bought any more. They don't understand. They're not thinking about the big picture in this. So I think
that's their education. That's their entrance fee. I remember Kenny Bozak, that interview, I still need to go find it. It was my very first interview with him. It was a long time ago. He talked all about how he lived using, and this was back when crypto was a lot harder. This was like sometime 2018, I think. And he was talking about how he used gift cards and crypto, and he was all crypto then. And he also talked about just how when people talk about they lost this crypto or lost these keys or whatever, that was his education. That's his college fund or that's his college loans. You know what I mean? That everybody, you pay for education one way or another. It's either your time, your money. Sometimes it's both.
Yeah. Taking your licks. Yeah. It's like a fighter. He doesn't, that fighter, to be a good fighter, he's probably been punched once or twice. So he knows how to take a hit. And it's like to get good at anything, requires great failures along the way and great scarring along the way to get good at it. Like, you know, I've been to so many meetings for different products I've sold, you know, most in the payments world. And, you know, I go to, sometimes I walk out of a meeting, you forget, you learn something, and you know what? Or you feel stupid in front of the customer or the person you're talking to, or you just feel like a bozo or a bonehead. You're like, you know what? I know that for next time. And then, wow, people are like, well, how do you know all this? It's like, because I really screwed it up once. So you know what? I'm never going to do that again. So I've been in like meetings with people and I'm like, oh, don't do that. And I'm like, why? I'm like, because I've done this before. We've messed it up. I'm not going to do this ever again. I know I learned my lesson. So it's no, you're right.
I think we all have some stories to tell for sure.
We all have stories to tell. I lost a little Litecoin one time when I was playing that Lightbringer game, and I was the Water Lord.
I remember you were the Water Lord. Yes, you had a strategy. You're like, I'm getting in there, and I figured this out. I'm going to get all the water.
I was the Scarface of water.
Yeah, at some point, they're going to need water, and I'm going to have it all.
And the Water Lord got taken down by a computer failure. It was like how like in real life Scarface would get raided by like they'd come in and like take his stash and raid him. In the Johnny Litecoin world, in this Lightbringer game, the Water Lord got taken down because I was running from computer to computer, and I had it on an old laptop, and it must have been running too hot, and the thing freaking failed, and I had never backed up the wallet because that Lightbringer game ran like a node.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I was like, oh, the water was, and then another thing. So that happened to me. And
you didn't back up the wallet.
I screwed up.
Of all people to not back up the wallet. I cannot believe you did not back up the wallet.
So that was a mistake because it wasn't as straightforward. I don't think there was, it wasn't as straightforward as seed words with that. So what happened was because it wasn't big amounts. It was like 0.10 Litecoin that I had on there.
So I think that's going to be a huge lesson. I think what you just said, it wasn't big amounts. I think these people that like got in and, I have this little wallet. Somebody gave me this. Somebody gave me that.
What's that going to be in the future? 0.10 Litecoin. And that could be someone saying, oh, yeah, remember as a bonehead, I lost 0.10 or 0.1.
Right. I think that is going to be why didn't you back that up? Oh, it wasn't a lot. Well, in the future, it will be.
It will be
I think treating every little Satoshi, that's what that Lolly app, I'm going to hit them up for a sponsorship because I touch that thing every day. I go in.
I've been going in because I was already using it.
Okay.
But I wasn't using it like you are. I just had it in my browser. I had it built in my browser, so when we shop, it automatically picks up if the store's in there, which I highly recommend. But then I wasn't using the app like you are to go in and claim your Satoshi. So I think it's about, what is it, 10 cents a day or 12 cents a day that you get?
I get like 200 Satoshis, or a little less than 2.
Satoshis. That's about
a little less than 200. I don't know. I'm going to try to share the link.
I'll do the math on it right now. So 0.0000.
My husband's going to be confused why I'm texting him that, but it's so I can
times
get it to come up.
Price now is 64,000. It's like 13 cents a day, right? 12 cents a day. It's a little under. So that's at these prices. So say you're getting that from Lolly, 12 cents a day right now, right? We'll look at it in the future, Bitcoin at $500,000 price. So now it's $1 a day you were collecting. Say you do this for a few years, right? So it's like you collected like a couple $1,000s just from going in there and clicking a button.
Right. Can you imagine?
Sats, you know what I mean? So
okay, hold on. It's trying to share. Open. I'm going to try to, oh, no, that is not right. I'm going to have to share it again. I'm going to really drive my husband nuts. Keep texting him so it'll send to him.
BitPlaza, did we talk about it before, how everything is priced in Bitcoin?
No, we need to. Hold on. Let me share this really quick in the chat just so everybody can use my code and
oh, yeah. Use Lisa's code, guys, because it's
because then we both get some extra Satoshis if you use my code. And there's a link to, let's see here, to Lolly, copy, paste. There we go. So use that. That's in the chat, and I will put it in the description as well. And that's something like you can put on your kid's phone, as long as they have a phone number. And your kids can get Satoshis every day. Let them go in and touch the little thing. And
you might have to be, if the kids have a blocker on the phone, because a lot of times parents have a thing where they can't get text from outside numbers.
Oh, okay.
You might have to figure that out. So that's, is there a way to do the code to an email instead, Lisa? Or is it only a text, I think?
I do not know. I just knew how to set it up. I think you have to have a phone number for it, because we couldn't do it because Canon does not have a phone number at my house. Because I don't allow that. Because I'm the mean mom.
So could you put the app on his phone if you downloaded it?
I couldn't at my house, but his dad lets him have a phone number, so he could at his dad's house.
Gotcha.
So we texted over there.
He has it on there, not over over. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but I did want to bring this up. They sent me a message, and you did this really cool video showing. Tell everybody about BitPlaza. They did a poll, and the Litecoin fam got behind it. Johnny has been trying to talk to this group for a while and has obviously had an influence on them. Finally, they listened to.
I've been DMing them for years and talking to them, and they're nice, really nice people, and I love what they were always doing, where it was a shopping app around Bitcoin, and I always just said to them, hey, would you guys integrate Litecoin, because people don't really want to pay with Bitcoin too much, and they'd rather pay with Litecoin, and they finally did. So what I love so much about this, everything is priced in Bitcoin, and that's the way it should be, right? Bitcoin's that global monetary standard, but we want to be able to check out in any currency we want. And obviously my favorite currency to check out with is Litecoin. And so they enabled Litecoin checkout, which is awesome. So really cool. Again, it's just totally a crypto shopping app. There's no other payment form in there. You check out with Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Dogecoin. So really cool. You can get anything. You get deodorant, toothpaste, an iPhone, Beats headphones, a drill. This might come in handy with Christmas shopping, because there's a shortage on goods. Everything. And maybe as the Bitcoin or Litecoin fam, we'll be able to get stuff that people won't be able to get their hands on, just because we have our cryptos. We're able to shop at a lot of these boutique type of apps and things. So if you're not using this, guys, definitely download it, check it out, and support them. You know what I mean? And Litecoin pumps up. I always say, don't trade into fiat, but if you're paying with your Litecoin to buy real world goods and services, that's a good thing. You got to enjoy your life. So that's good. And people say, well, that's selling, Johnny. That's bad. That's bad.
Not if you're replacing it. And that's another thing you taught me about. You were like,
even if you can't replace, Lisa, even if you say, you know what, I just want to treat myself, and you know what, at least you got something out of it.
Well, at least that's true.
Yeah. But if you can, like Lisa says, spend and replace. So if you go out and spend with your Litecoin card or whatever, or buy something in here, try to go back in and buy more Litecoin and replace what you bought. And maybe how you play it in your mind, maybe Litecoin pumps up one day, right? You say, well, I'm going to spend when it's pumped up. I'm going to time my purchase in BitPlaza when Litecoin's pumped up. And you know what? I think it'll unpump 4 or 5% the next day. Well, you know what? That's a kind of a way to do trading without trading on an exchange. Buy your goods and services when Litecoin's pumped up, and then do your replacing when Litecoin cools off.
Great idea. Wait till it pulls back and do your replacement.
Great way to replace on the spend on the pump, replace on the pullback. And that's
like giving yourself a sale.
Yeah, it's giving yourself a sale, 100%. You gave yourself a sale.
Mm-hmm.
You gave yourself a sale.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Well, we're going to roll. Johnny, thank you so much for everything you did for us to make the Jersey meetup happen. And thanks for joining me every Thursday and educating all of us and everything you do for the Litecoin community. I'm really grateful. So
Thanks again, Lisa and Westwood and Mitch, and thank you guys for coming in. It's amazing. It's amazing what you guys are doing. So I love it. It was an amazing event. Thank you guys for coming to Jersey to see me and to see everybody in the East Coast. So it was awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. I can't wait to do it again. I mean, people are like, how long is that drive? I said, oh, it's only 23 and a half hours. It was so much, and it was beautiful.
Next one we'll promote more. We wanted to start, I didn't want to promote it too much. The next one I'll promote more locally. We'll get a lot more local people to come. And
we're also going to do it later. So we thought about this, like the timing. We usually try to do it when we do the show, and then we ended up even doing it earlier. But we really need to wait till people are off work. Yeah. We're going to do it a little bit later next time so we can make sure people that are locally can attend and be there.
Maybe we'll do the Jersey one a week or two earlier. Maybe we'll do it a couple weeks earlier, and we'll do it started an hour or two later. So it'll stay light out a little later with better weather. We got lucky with the weather though, because the weather was great that night.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Yeah.
We lucked out. That was
beautiful.
Nice weather. So thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you again to everybody wishing me a happy birthday. I appreciate all of you guys, and hang in there, Patriots. We are not far away from this thing. Never give up on your country. We're in it together. So see you guys soon. I won't be here for a show tomorrow. We have court. So I'll be thinking of all of you guys, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. Have a great weekend.